Well, Andy, the old saying is that, or at least in the words of Reliant K, two lefts don't make a right, but three do. And we have circled around and around, and we have made our way to the match that we all wanted to begin with. Cody Rhodes, breaking news, the new WWE champion. And there was essentially a graphic shown at the end of SmackDown and on our thumbnail versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 42. Welcome to this instant reaction breaking news. We have feelings episode of Squared Circle Radio. The young buck Andy York is with me. My name is Chris Belcher, and Andy, here we are. As I tweeted right before this show, it's a good old-fashioned pivot right before WrestleMania.
Oh man, I mean, panic booking at its finest. It feels like, in a sense. I mean, 3 years in a row that we've gotten panic booking heading into WrestleMania. So it's a wild ride. The more I've sat and thought about it leading into the show, the more I anticipated this happening, and the more against it I kind of was. And then it happening tonight. There's a lot to dive into, a lot to talk about, because I think one thing we've learned with Triple H WrestleManias is you're going to take 3, like you said, you're going to go 3 lefts to make a right. And it's, like 2 months of storytelling is not going to matter anymore. So I think that's the part that we're kind of at right now.
It is definitely interesting. We definitely have thoughts. We're going to try to share them as best we can. Of course, we're going to break this down more on Monday on our regular show. But we told you last Monday on our regular show, listen, if something goes down, and this is something major news on the road to WrestleMania, we're going to be right here with it. We hope that you are live with us in the chat. If you are, make sure you drop those comments, drop those questions, drop your thoughts on the brand new WWE champion. And if you're watching the replay, you can drop those comments as well. Like the video, subscribe on podcast if you're listening there. And if you're listening on Sports Wire Radio, thank you so much again for doing that. Andy, Cody Rhodes is the new WWE champion, and he beats Drew McIntyre on what you called on Monday a random SmackDown, which you could argue the SmackDown that Drew beat Cody was a random SmackDown as well, but that's neither here nor there. Andy, I started this podcast by saying 2 lefts don't make a right, but 3 do. We all wanted to see Cody versus Randy for a long, long time. We found a really weird around the world in 80 days-ish way to get there, but we're here. I like it. It's the match that I wanted to see. Supposedly, again, we saw a graphic, and if you believe Sam Roberts, the graphic at the end of the show tells you it's Cody versus Randy. We're not making any changes. So I know it seems like panic booking. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. We're not in those booking meetings. We really don't know. What's your feelings right now? As we know, again, we're getting the match that we all have wanted to see. It took a weird turn to get there.
It feels like we took this path for no reason. And I think it's, in the long run, going to be a hard road for WWE to come back from. I completely agree with you that Cody and Randy is the match that a lot of, like, everybody's been wanting to see for a while. It's kind of the match that we all thought, was going to be part of the main event of WrestleMania this year. I think that all is spot on. I think what is going to be so frustrating is, for years now, I mean, since the pandemic, I think you can even put in there, people have been clamoring for Drew McIntyre to get another run with a WWE Championship in front of a live crowd.
Yep.
You gave him the World Heavyweight Championship for 5 minutes at WrestleMania, had him lose it. You give him the WWE Championship, and I think we can now look back and say a meaningless title reign for 56 days or however long it's been, for absolutely nothing right before WrestleMania, to just put it back on Cody and go for it. It feels very much like what we did during the Super Cena era. We give it to a guy for a little bit. We don't trust him going into WrestleMania. Let's put it back on Cena and have this feud going into WrestleMania. So I think it's if your end goal was to get to Cody Randy, I'm totally fine with. I'm cool with. I think it's absolutely deserving to be a main event of WrestleMania. The Drew McIntyre thing is going to, I think, put a damper on it because you dangled that carrot in front of everybody of Drew walking into WrestleMania as champion and then just pulled it away. So I think that's where my biggest issue with this is if you wanted Cody Randy from the beginning, you could have easily just kept the belt on Cody, had Drew feud up into the Rumble or before the Rumble, done something with Sami Zayn like you did. You know, you could literally just take Drew out, put Cody in, and then we go from there, and it's the same story beat. But now you're not sprinkling in this Drew McIntyre thing for no reason.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree. A couple of things that I want to bring up from what you just said, because I think there are a lot of people that feel that way. I think there's an overwhelming majority that at least the crowd in Portland tonight was very much pro Cody, very much. And I don't know if we're going to see that going into Las Vegas or not, especially last year we looked at Cena as the heel and still getting cheered. I think that I don't know that that's as much as a rebel against Cody thing as it is. Maybe Vegas likes the veteran guys, so you might see it again with Randy Orton. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I completely agree with you saying that Drew's title reign was meaningless at this point. It feels like now that they had Drew win the title for shock, and now they're putting it back on Cody. Maybe that was the plan all along. And I don't think it's that they don't trust Drew going into WrestleMania as much as maybe they did during the Super Cena era, because I think they did, and it proves it by the way that, you know, attendance has been up and ratings have been up. If you read the online narratives, I don't know what it is. I go back to what I said a long time ago, in that I feel Cody and Randy is a great match, but it had to have the championship. And having that match without the championship didn't mean anything to me. So again, we go back to what I said at the beginning of the show. You could have gotten here a lot smoother, but you sacrificed Drew McIntyre to get here. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just, again, it's the result I wanted. It's the match I wanted, but I'm like, but what I'm like, is Randy now going to win the championship from Cody and we're going to bounce this back around? Are we going to get some sort of heel turn from either one of them and continue this feud? Where does Drew fall in this? Where does Jacob fall in this? Where does Sami fall into this? Because I thought for a minute, Andy, we all anticipated Jacob getting involved. But when the ref went down, I thought Sami was getting involved. And we were going to get a Cody Sami WrestleMania match.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was, I don't know if it was that we would get him, like I thought in my mind it was, it might be a fatal 5-way. Like we might add Sami into this and just kind of like we talked about on Monday, just kind of adding him in because he's in the story, but he's not in the story. I think my thing is the Drew, because we're absolutely now heading to Drew and Jacob. Like I don't see any other way. I don't think we're getting Drew and all this at Mania. I think we're heading straight to Drew and Jacob. That match no longer feels important anymore. It feels like Jacob got his come up, like Jacob got his win back tonight, even though he didn't win. He got Drew back, and now it's like if we have that match, cool. Like it means absolutely nothing now. And so I think again, like you're sacrificing moments. I think a fatal 4-way obviously would have been awesome. I think Randy and Cody's going to be awesome. I think Drew and Jacob one-on-one is going to be it's going to be a good match.
Yes, it is.
But at the end of the day, when you're looking at it, you're going to go, yeah, that was a good WrestleMania match. That means nothing. Like we go absolutely nowhere from it.
Unless we put a stipulation on it, like you suggested on Monday's show.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's like, if we're going to go down this path, because again, I think you're right. Portland was totally behind Cody. I don't know where they're at next week for SmackDown.
Phoenix.
Okay. Phoenix, you never know. I think when they head into Vegas, it's going to be another away game for Cody. Like I just think they're going to be, you got that WrestleMania crowd. They don't like the white meat baby faces most of the time.
Right.
They love Randy Orton. So it's you're going into it, with a leg down anyways. I don't know. It just feels like, kind of like we've been saying, we have been taking so many off-road paths for no reason, just to take them. Because while we enjoy long-term storytelling, this is not like productive long-term storytelling. This is, we got our end goal in mind. Like, let's go with the narrative that Randy Cody was the goal from the beginning.
Yep.
You have to map out the spots in between. And if somebody literally went, let's put the title on Drew for like a month and a half, 56 days, whatever it was, and then have him lose it going into WrestleMania, we can, this, that, the other. That's just not what it should have been, I think, from the beginning.
I mean, I agree. I don't know. You want to reward Drew for as hard as he's worked for the last 2 years. You know what? You want to rewarding him. I can't even say it. Reward him going as far back as the pandemic. But I don't know. It is what it is. City Kitty live with us in the chat. Drew is going to film Highlander for a bit, I think. Still love Cody and Randy. Okay, that's breaking news to me. Is that Drew? So, are you expound on that? Give us some more comments. Is he going to be away for a couple of weeks during the road to WrestleMania and he's not going to be there? Or is it going to be after WrestleMania? Andy, do you know anything about this?
I've seen that. I knew he was going to film Highlander. I didn't know when it started. My interpretation of it was probably after Mania.
Okay.
And then he's going to walk into Mania because he has to be at WrestleMania. Like, there's no way we don't get Drew Jacob at WrestleMania. So he has to be at WrestleMania. And again, if they take the title off of him because he's not going to be there a couple days on the road to WrestleMania, then why is Roman in the main event? I think we can make that argument too. So you gotta, you can't make that the reason and then have Roman Reigns be on the other side of the coin.
Okay, so City Kitty says he's going to be away after WrestleMania. Okay. Yeah. So if he's going to be away after WrestleMania, why not let him drop the belt at WrestleMania in a Fatal 4-Way? That would have made a lot of sense to me.
Yep.
Again, for those of you who might be new to this podcast, welcome to Squared Circle Radio, where you are listening to two Cody Rhodes fans sit here and talk about why it's not necessarily the best of ideas to have Cody Rhodes beat Drew McIntyre on the way to WrestleMania. It's just not.
Well, I've never been a big fan of just switching the title a month before Mania.
Right.
I think within reason. I think
because last year they did it with Io Sky, literally a month before WrestleMania, and it seemed to work out okay. We were shocked by it.
Yeah,
but it seemed to work out okay. This, Andy, I laid out this scenario on Monday's podcast that Cody beats Randy at WrestleMania by turning heel. If that happens, great. That's awesome. We love to see it. It's still a clunky way to get there, but we love the end result. I mean, who knows? I don't know, Andy. I don't know. The end game could be worth it.
Yeah, I think the end game could be, I think the match itself is fine. I have no qualms with Randy versus Drew at WrestleMania, or Randy versus Cody at WrestleMania. I have no issues with that at all. I think that if there ever was a WrestleMania main event, that is one of them. That absolutely should be up there.
For sure.
I think, yes, people only remember the last thing they saw of something. So the end result may be amazing. And we, 2 months from now, you may not even remember. We're probably not even going to remember that Drew McIntyre was WWE champion and all this happened.
Right.
But I think my issue is right now in this moment, if all of this is to lead down to Cody versus Randy, where Cody gets the win, and if they shake hands at the end of WrestleMania and they just go buddy from there, from the beginning, that's pointless. I don't want Cody and Randy to shake hands.
Right.
One of them needs to turn on the other one.
Yep.
Whether that's at Mania or post-Mania, I want one of them to turn on the other. That has to be the end goal from here. And again, it brings up the conversation that we brought up Monday. If If Randy's turning heel at the end of this, night one main event, absolutely. No issues with that. If Cody's turning heel at the end of this, then there's a conversation that needs to be had of, do we put Roman Punk on last or do we put Cody Randy on last? And I think that's a real conversation to have.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Randy alluded to the fact tonight that it was going to be the night one main event. So we assume Roman Punk is night two. Again, there has to be something. You would think there has to be something, because I look back at SummerSlam this past year where we saw two shocking endings to both nights of SummerSlam, and you only hope that something like that happens for WrestleMania. Now, I know City Kitty's not going to like this. I know you're not going to like this. I'm going to say it anyway. You know what I'm about to say. I think if Cody Randy shake hands and they're all buddy-buddy at the end of WrestleMania night one, then Dwayne has to show up to confront Cody. So that if Rock and Roman truly have buried the hatchet, it's Rock Cody in Saudi at WrestleMania next year. If it's not Rock Roman, it's got to be Rock Cody. And that would be a shocking ending to night number one.
See, to me, if Rock's showing up anywhere,
he responds. All I got to do is say Rock's name.
If he shows up anywhere, it has to be after Punk, because I mean he set the precedent a couple years ago that you don't talk about Roman's parents, you don't talk about his parents, and he slapped the taste out of Cody's mouth over it. And then what did Punk say on Monday?
Yep.
So like I think that's where we're at. I think I hate that more than Cody Randy just shaking hands. I really do, because here's the thing: in the moment, will it be exciting? Absolutely. In the back of your head, you're going, there's an 80% chance he's not even going to show up at Saudi. And this is bad blood all over again, where he walks out, does his little stupid throat slash, and then it means nothing.
Right.
So, keep him, unless you have him nailed down that he will be there. And if he's not there, that, it's either because he's dead or somebody close to him's dead.
Yeah.
Then don't even think about it.
Oh my
Don't even approach it.
Well, I just love getting you all fired up about Rock. It's so funny. Welcome to Squared Circle Radio. If you're just now joining us live on our YouTube channel, we are reacting. This is our feelings. Cody Rhodes is the new WWE champion 6 weeks before WrestleMania, setting up the main event. We've seen the graphics, so we assume it's official. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. I'm your host, Chris Belcher. That's the Young Buck Andy York. We are live with you on a night that we normally are not live with you. Normally we are after Raw on Monday night. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and join us each and every Monday as we're on this crazy, wacky road to WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. Now, Andy, we know that earlier tonight, Randy Orton said it. The graphic was shown. There will be a contract signing for this WWE Championship match next Friday night in Phoenix. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. And we know that contract signings in the WWE generally don't go as two people walking in, signing a piece of paper, shaking hands, and walking away. Because we're not necessarily thrilled with the way that we got here, and we're not sure exactly what path we're going to take for the next 6 weeks ahead of WrestleMania. If you have the pencil for this contract signing, what are you doing to make this first interaction between Cody and Randy as official opponents? What are you doing to make it interesting and building up to WrestleMania?
Yeah, that's the $1 million question, isn't it?
Isn't it? I love that I ask you, because I don't have an answer yet, and I'm trying to come up.
I mean, I think if we're going off the premise that it's just going to be Cody Randy, then I think it's just as simple as they come out, they're buddy to start, and then it's kind of like that Evolution segment to set up Batista and Triple H.
Yes,
where they're buddy, but one of them just says something that rubs the other one the wrong way.
Yep.
And then they kind of just give a look, and maybe we like throw some shots back and forth. We sign the contract. They shake hands, but then like they don't let go. They stand there face to face. You know, that's what I'm going with. If that's our premise, if we're like leaving this up for interpretation of how this could be, then I think it would be awesome if you really want to throw a wrench in this because let's take another left. Why not? Before the contract signing, Drew hits the ring. Claymore's Cody. Jacob comes out. They brawl a little bit. Yeah. Somehow the contract ends up on the floor. Cody and Randy have already signed it. Drew picks it up. Drew signs it. Gets hit from behind. Jacob looks at the contract, picks it up, and signs it. I think there's still a way we get a fatal four-way.
I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, like we're saying that this is set. We're saying that this there was a graphic shown at the bottom of the screen. It's on our thumbnail for this, breaking news podcast. I'm scrolling through Twitter right now, and there's not an official, like graphic. Somebody must have stolen the one that, found its way online earlier today, but I'm not seeing anything from Triple H. I'm not seeing anything from WWE. So it's not necessarily set in stone. So you're right. There could still be a triple threat. There could still be a fatal four-way. If I'm going off the premise of it's going to be Cody Randy straight up one-on-one, then I would honestly have Sami Zayn interrupt this contract signing. And because we saw Sami talk to both Cody and Randy tonight, I know that maybe it's not the sexiest way to do anything on the road to WrestleMania. I'd have Sami interrupt, and I would have, not next week, obviously, but the week after that, I would have Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn one-on-one. And you find a way, because Randy was encouraging Sami, and you saw Cody and Sami, Cody kind of yelling at him or whatever. I don't know. Somehow that Sami gets some spotlight and still gets woven into this thing. I would put him in there in some way, obviously not in the WrestleMania match, but at least get him a rub on the way to WrestleMania, because as you said on Monday, there's a real world now where Sami Zayn's not even on the WrestleMania card, but you got to keep him fresh and you got to keep his pursuit of the championship alive.
Yeah. And I think that's probably, a very simple way to do that as well. I think also like backstage segments throughout the next 6 weeks or however many can do it. Yep. Honestly, when Randy was in the ring tonight and the lights went down, I thought it was Aleister Black coming out. So I think there's a world where he gets involved.
He interacted with Sami earlier tonight too. Yeah. So there's a real good chance that happens. Yeah.
So I think there's a chance that he gets involved. Maybe because I think the way that they built things, because obviously you can hear some of this other stuff, where Aleister Black was supposed to be at the Rumble, but then he didn't because he was in a thing with Randy that they were going to take to Mania or whatever the case is. I think Randy or Aleister Black and Sami is probably what we're going to end up with at WrestleMania, which I think is a fine match for both of them. But I think over the next couple of weeks, you could do Randy and Sami. You could do Randy and Aleister Black. If you really wanted to run things back, like Aleister Black and Cody can have, a couple moments together, something like that. But I think you're right. I think they're going to kind of incorporate both of them on the road to WrestleMania, because if Randy or if Sami, or if Cody turns heel and is champion, Sami's a great first opponent for him. If Randy comes out of it as a babyface with the WWE Championship, Aleister Black is a great opponent for him to start off with.
All right. City Kitty tagged us in this. There it is. That is from Triple H. I'll scroll up so that you can see that's from Triple H. There's the poster. It is official. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, one-on-one at WrestleMania. So there we go. There we go. It is. So Drew Jacob, got to be last man standing, right?
Something.
It's got to be. Hell in a Cell. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take that. All right. Cody wins the championship tonight on SmackDown. We're not going to keep you guys for forever, because I guarantee you that Andy and I need to sleep on this. And I guarantee you we're going to talk about it on Monday. I can't wait to hear the biggest Cody Rhodes fan, Busted Open host Dave LaGreca, talk about this on Monday. I'm so excited to hear what he has to say and how Bully Ray can find a way to bring him back down.
Yeah.
Andy, anything else, man? I mean, I know we started the show saying you got a lot of feelings. I got a lot of feelings. Anything else, man, that you want to throw out that we can dive into?
I mean, I don't know how else to put it, I guess. Just then I think if this was your end goal, there was a lot of easier steps we could have taken to get to this point.
Yeah.
And, I personally, I feel really bad for Drew if this is just him kind of getting the shaft at the end of it and being
he's the sacrificial lamb every time.
And he has been. I mean, I think there's a real argument that WWE wouldn't be kind of where it's at if he didn't carry them through the pandemic era and has not really gotten anything as a thanks of it since then. So I think that's the hard thing for me to swallow when it comes to Drew. I don't know. I hope they have something big planned for him at Mania. I hope he has a massive spot. I hope him and Jacob, get a big moment to shine because they both absolutely deserve it.
Yep.
But it just, right now it just doesn't sit the best. I'm not as up in arms as I was when Brock came back to take Cody's spot and things like that. That was way out of left field that nobody saw coming. We all kind of saw this was happening at some point.
Yep.
But Randy Cody is a great option for WrestleMania, but we could have just left it like it was. Yep. And it's fine. It also kind of brings up some Punk, Cena, Rock things again. Feelings are coming back again of man, it should be something. But we'll see. Again, you never know what could end up happening from it.
City Kitty says you'll have to bring me back something from WrestleMania. What do you want? Tell me what you want. You let me know. We'll make it happen. I know I got to bring Andy something back from WrestleMania as well. But I'm excited to see this one, not just because I'm going to be there in person. That's neither here nor there. I'm very excited to see this. Either way, I think it's going to be great. Andy said earlier, Cody versus Randy is going to be a fantastic match. I hate that Drew is the sacrificial lamb in 2021, in 2026, in
2025. Yeah, 24, 25.
Like it just, I hope his paycheck is really, really nice. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. It better be if they want him to stick around.
I know. So we'll have to see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the show, thank you for being with us. Subscribe to the channel. Join us on Monday for our regularly scheduled program where we're going to talk about this, and we're going to talk about, we might talk about Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill. I don't think Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar is on the show this Monday. That sounds right.
I think so.
I think they're both returning the following Monday. Yep. So we'll have to see what happens on Monday Night Raw coming up next
Saturday
night
main event coming to Nashville? Question mark?
Rumored Saturday night's main event coming to Nashville Labor Day weekend. So that'll be a lot of fun. Road Dogg is gone from SmackDown Creative. Maybe we'll get into that a little bit on Monday's show.
It's his fault this happened.
Well, you think? You want Road Dogg back now?
No. No, he's the one that started this mess and then just left for everybody else to clean up. Okay. Which, let's be real honest, might have happened. that might have been the case.
So, breaking news here on Squared Circle Radio. Road Dogg spearheaded Drew McIntyre winning the championship. The show got better. The ratings went up. And then he left, and they said, you know what? The heck with it. Cody's going to be the champion.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
he'll fight for our truth, but he won't fight for Drew. What does that say about a man?
Well, he just knows where his friends are. I guess that's fine.
That's true.
All right. Thank you guys for being with us. Whether you're live in the chat again, drop those comments. If you're watching the replay, we would appreciate that as well. For Mr. Andy York, my name is Chris Belcher. This has been our instant reaction. This is our feelings podcast here on Squared Circle Radio. Cody Rhodes is the brand new WWE champion. QB1 back on top. on the road to WrestleMania. We will catch you guys down the road.